It's really not called the Clit, is it? Guys, so let's go take a look at it. The Aspire Cleito, you know what I mean? Everyone said the same bloody thing. Maybe let's Aspire kind of like wanted to do that because everyone's talking about it, so hey, it might be working. So here's the packaging. Completely different to what we normally get with the Sub Ohm tanks. It's in a nice long, like kind of like the Apple Pencil. Nice big clean box. Okay, so you've got your tank at the top. Aspire Cleito. Broad flavour. I ain't gonna try. Cleito. Sub Ohm Tank in some kind of funky silver foil. Again, you've got like the laser etching on the front of the acrylic too, which is kind of nice. Okay, the back, all about the tank. The contents, the complete Cleito tank, extra replacement atomizer, replacement Pyrex tube, 4 rubber cuffs, talk about them later because they're a bit rubbish, and a vape band. Okay, you can scratch and check area too. Okay. Like I said, I've vaped this for about a week now. I'll tell you what my review in a bit, but yeah, it's kind of changed. This is what you get. This flap here tucks down. Okay, and on the back of there we get the general instructions, how to fill it up. Okay. So the Sub Ohm tank itself, and I got it in black just to match the devices I'm using it on. I have had juice and like I said, I have vaped on it. And what I've got in there at the moment is the 0.4 ohm tank, and that should be run at about 40 to 60 watt. So, I mean, I've run this tank at 75 on the RX200, and it still worked fine. Like I think it's kind of like an advisory, but I'll tell you what I've used it on that's worked the best. Okay, a big benefit to this tank is the huge air holes. I mean, you get 1, 2, there's 3 huge air holes, and believe me, when these are fully open, it is just like, some people might like it. I mean, I personally don't. I'm kind of like one of those guys that likes to have a bit quarter open, just have a bit more of a hit. But my friends, they like to have it on full, get as much cloud as they can. But like I say, it's completely your choice. The bottom, you got the ceramic surrounding, Cleito written on the bottom, and the top cap as well. I mean, like I said, you can't really, you can use your other 510 drip tips, but they just stick out and look daft. And this top part really is, it kind of looks like the only other tip I'd have put on anyhow, so we keep that. It's a top filling device, so gonna get some juice everywhere, I reckon. The threads on this as well are super long, because I mean, obviously one of the things about the Cleito tank is that instead of having like a tube that goes up to your mouthpiece, that is actually now the coil, so you don't have a shaft. So the Pyrex tank, this is all held in really tight. That's good. The O-rings are really handy, and this ain't coming off. Believe me when I tell you that it does normally come off, and because it's easy to clean. Let's go have a look at the coils. Oh yeah, and this packaging as well, guys, is an absolute dog to get anything out of. They kind of created it really well. It looks good, but getting things in and out is a nightmare. So here's the 0.2 coil. This is the one that I actually had in it to begin with, and when I was vaping on it, you couldn't taste nothing. The cloud was terrible. It was a load of rubbish at first, and so I sacked it off. Like I said, these do use Clapton coils. And so I am going to give this one another try, because I kind of think that I sacked it off pretty early. Okay, that's meant to run at 55 to 70 watts. So like I said, especially my vaping style as well, it kind of seems ideal. Your O-rings at the bottom, air holes. Overall, it's a pretty cool coil. I mean, when you think about like the TFV4 coils, how like sort of extreme these guys are, then these ones are just like different scale. I mean, how long they are. Put that aside. And again, like you say, you get the spare glass, which is fantastic, because the thing is that most people, I think, don't use the spare glass. It's just handy to keep one until you don't have one, and then you end up dropping the bloody thing. And these rubber cuffs, now, these are just gimmicks to me, to be fair. I mean, they're just normal, like, sort of vape ring, which I don't use either. And you get some blue, black, red, and orange, and all they are used for over the top. I just sit around. I suppose you get like certain like mod that was like a colour. It can be nice to help match it up. And I did try using it. I did try using the orange one for at least like a day, and it was helpful to unscrew the top when you're refilling. However, it's like as soon as you get juice on your fingers, I mean that thing is sliding, man. Look at that. Impossible. So that was the unboxing, guys. What I'm going to put all this back together, and I'm going to show you what device we're going to be vaping her on. Damn. Okay, guys, we've tied it up. What we're going to do is we're going to fill this baby up, chuck her on. See, what I'm going to do is, because this one's like, it advises it that you only run up to 60 watt. So on the RX200, like, because I use the UL all the time as like a general go-to tank, I wasn't tasting anything at all. It was just annoying me after a while. So what I did is I fished out my old Kanga Sub Box Mini. And do you know what? This thing, I generally thought this was going to be like a dead product to me now. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to let friends borrow it when they need to. This has come in hugely for this tank. I mean, seriously, like, I keep both of these on me now, and then I just vape on this when I'm not using the UL. It really works a treat. And the juice we're going to be jumping in on this. I don't know if you guys get this over in the States if you're watching, but this is a, like I get it from the UK. It's called Mabel's, and it's a custard flavour. And do you know what? It is the nicest custard ever. It's like a sweet custard. It's not so much like the, like I've tried the Mrs. B's, which is like a savoury custard. It's like, you can almost have the powder. This one's like a really sweet, like Baird's custard out of the jar. So you got these little, I mean, the nice touches out there. A load of rubbish, but I mean, they're nice. It makes it think like why you're spending so much money. Again, guys, this is a bottom filling tank as well if you want it to be. And just for you special people, I've decided to leave the little rubber ring on for you. Thinking about it, if I put the red one on, it'll look quite nice actually on the Kanga tank. God, that's juicy, man. Nope, can't do it. It's pissing me off. Okay, let's chuck this bad boy onto the device and see what it's like. So smooth. Really, really smooth. Okay, the leaking, I think it was probably my fault. I didn't mean to make it leak. But there she is, guys. Tank itself is really, really cool looking. It reminds me a little bit of like the new Joytech Cubis. Similar size. And like I say, you get the whole, like, you can see how much juice you got in there straight away. Look how nice that glass looks. You can see the wick holes as well. They are huge on this. Special. Okay guys, so we're back up here. Just another look at the tank. I've been running her now for like a week, and I swapped out the 0.2 coil straight away because for me it wasn't tasting of anything, it wasn't producing enough vapor, and overall it was just like a not as good product as the UL, which is around the same price now if you want to go ahead and grab one. A massive pro for it is the air holes, like not just for me, I mean like a lot of people do prefer the air holes being wide open, and for a good reason. I mean, you can hear how much air is coming in. So we're going to do this at 50 watt. Now that's not too shabby at all, is it really? You can hear how airy that vape is. The thing is, it's really cold too. So if you do like a cold vape, this is a fantastic tank. So I'm just going to close these air holes off and have another try. Sub Ohm tanks, they produce a lot of vapour, that's kind of what they're there for. Pros for me, Looks fantastic. Air holes, if you want to chunk them open, go ahead, they're there for you to do that. Top fill, kind of does work. It's not as good as, like, I think, like I say, I use the U-Well as an idea, but even the TFV4, even though that was gimmicky as hell, it's still, this kind of like is more tricky because how long the threads are. I mean, you are screwing this thing for absolutely days compared to anything else. It's on. Cons for me, the flavour. The flavour in the 0.4 for myself is still good. And what I noticed was as well, it depends on what juice you're using. Like, fruit flavours seem to come through really, really well. Whereas like the custards that I use, they're kind of dulled off. I don't know if that's something to do with the juice or the PG-VG ratio. But it's definitely a con in my book. But I really don't think I'm going to be replacing this tank at all. I'm probably going to end up giving this in a giveaway, or I'm going to give it to a friend to try out. But overall, in my honest opinion, I give this like a 5 out of 10. It's like the perfect tank to sort of jump onto straight after like the Kanga Plus. You know, like the what's it called? The Kanga Mini. So if you was going to use that, then you want another Sub Ohm tank that's a little bit lower in like ohms, as opposed to the 0.5s. You get the 0.4, you get the 0.2 to try it out. And like I say, if you are like a fruity juice vapor guy, this could be the one for you. But that Mabel's custard on the dripper in the U-Well tank, it tastes unbelievable. In this, a little bit vanilla-y. That's about it. So it's dulled off. That's like, it's a huge con for me. It means it's the reason why I probably wouldn't buy it again. So there it is, guys. The Aspire Cleito. Okay, guys. Till next time. I'm Lewis from Royal Flush Vaping. And one more thing, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Go check out my other videos too, because I've kind of doing a daily challenge, so I'm kind of wanting to make sure that loads of people see these to kind of keep on with it, because otherwise I'm going to probably end up forgetting. I'm kind of a busy guy. I'm not busy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck a couple of videos up top. Give them a click. Check them out. If you like the videos, again, subscribe to the channel, because all I keep doing is putting more videos out there. The more subscribers, the better competitions we can do, the more giveaways we'll do, and this is all like a prize to you. Just for viewing. That's all you need to do is view, subscribe, and like. It's a win-win. Go ahead and do it, guys. Till next time.